It's all come down to this now.
I feel like I'm about to throw up.
Oh, I'm so scared.
No, because I've got a new...
Jack. Boom.
University was pitched to me as like this big life-changing experience where you'll learn so much about yourself, about what you want to do in the future.
University always felt like the next natural step. It's like you didn't fail your A-levels, you go into university. You did fail your A-levels, and you'll probably get somewhere like through clearing or something. So the house viewing, we arrived and the agent told us straight away that there was a £200 admin fee, that was just a given, like it was per head, £200 each. That became illegal about a month after we paid it. So I'm really glad we bought into the hype and got in early and we had it all sorted and we had £200 less each.
So we moved quite far away from the uni because of the price. It was a lot cheaper the further you got, and all the neighbours around us were families, and they did not take very kindly to us. One of them ended up threatening us that they were going to tell the council and get us kicked out, and another ended up calling us a not very nice word, quite homophobic. Once we had privately signed off on a contract with the letting agency, the uni said that they couldn't help us at all, and so I had to end up calling the police because of that. We got verbally harassed by one of our neighbours for literally no reason at all, just for walking up the stairs, but because they were all attached houses, they could apparently hear every time I walked up the stairs.
The university is always saying that our mental health is a priority and that we should go to them if we're struggling, but everyone I know who's ever been to see them has basically been left to their own devices.
I haven't had a lot of experience with them, but when I did go to them for something in second year that was quite troubling, they were just really shit and they didn't help in the slightest, so I just never went back again because they failed the one time I tried to reach out.
When there's nothing to do and so much free time, it makes sense that there'll be an increase in substance abuse. I can't remember the last day I spent entirely sober.
Uni life changed completely because of COVID. Basically, the first 1.5 years of uni were normal, but the second 1.5 years, because of COVID, were actually ridiculous. Paying the exact same amount as the first year, we got none of the benefits, none of the social benefits, none of the living benefits, because we had to go back home. So I was just sort of paying hundreds and hundreds of pounds, thousands of pounds even, in a place that I wasn't allowed to stay in. The universities definitely should have been more upfront about what they were unable to provide because of the government restrictions to the COVID lockdown. What I got from the uni and from my course leaders was that they were just making up as they were going along, which of course they only had as much knowledge as the government, and the government were quite messy about it all, but they were always too optimistic, I would say, because they were just like, oh, we'll wait and see, just wait and see, just wait and see. And then by the time it got to like my last few months, we were still waiting and seeing what was going to happen with the government. And as a result of that, a lot of time was wasted, a lot of energy and money were wasted. And I really think it should have been handled a lot better, or at least told to the students that they didn't have much idea of what would be happening this year.
If people wanted to be studying via an online Skype system, they would have applied for an online university. The fact that they didn't and they applied for a physical university shows that they wanted to go to university, and that's what they are paying for. So, although it's unprecedented times and we're all making it up as we go along, I think universities need to admit that they aren't giving what they're being paid for, and therefore they should give what they are being paid with back, because we're paying for this. This is what we are paying for.
If I had known that half of my uni life experience would have been during Corona, I literally don't think I would have done it. I definitely haven't received all that I expected in terms of my degree, considering how much I paid. It's just a big disappointment. I would have expected at least the tuition fee to be a lot lower, at least half, I would say, because that's how much I think I got out of it, at least half.
Yeah, I'd like some of my tuition fee back. I really don't expect it will ever happen, but yeah, I got half of the experience I expected. I got half of the product I was sold. So it makes sense that I should only pay for half of the product.
What I wish I knew before being a university student was that you really can't trust the uni. Like, they're a company at the end of the day, and all they're looking out for is their own interests and just getting enough money to keep running. So they really don't care a lot of the time.
But hey, there's a statue of Greta Thunberg now, so it hasn't all gone to waste. Ugh.